Hey everyone, and welcome back to Crush Talk, where your crushes turn into conversations. I'm Ethan.
And I'm Chloe.
And today, we're diving deep into a story that proves truth is stranger than fiction.
Ooh, I like that.
We're talking stolen wedding dresses, police showing up at the reception, and a whole lot of relationship drama. Have you ever been to a wedding where something truly wild happened? Well, get ready, because this one just might take the cake.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
All right, so picture this. You get an invitation to your coworker's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the couple, you're friendly with them.
Yeah.
But then you find out the bride is wearing another coworker's wedding dress.
Okay.
And not just any coworker,
Oh, no.
but the groom's ex-wife.
Oh, my gosh. That's a whole other level of awkward. Even before we get into the stolen dress part, what does it say about this groom that he would invite someone close to his ex-wife to his wedding? Like, was he trying to rub it in her face? Or is he just completely oblivious to the potential drama?
Right. It's like he's setting himself up for disaster. This all went down on Reddit, and the original poster, let's call her OP, shared the whole saga.
Oh, okay.
So let's break it down. OP was good friends with a woman named Mary, who used to work in the same department as her.
Got it.
Mary was married to Adam, who also worked for the same company, but in a different area.
Okay.
OP was friends with both of them, at least at first.
All right, so we've got a tangled web of relationships here.
Yes.
I'm guessing things are about to get even more complicated.
You guessed it. Eventually, Mary left the company for a new job, but she and OP stayed friends,
Okay.
and that's when the drama started. Mary confided in OP that she and Adam were getting a divorce because he cheated on her with another coworker named Chelsea. To make matters worse, when Mary moved out, some of her belongings went missing, including her wedding dress and some heirloom jewelry.
Okay, now we're getting into some seriously messy territory. Not only did this Adam guy cheat on his wife, but he also allegedly stole from her? That's a huge red flag right there. What kind of person does that?
And it gets even wilder. Fast forward a few years, and Adam is getting married to Chelsea, the woman he cheated with.
No way. He actually married the other woman. You can't make this stuff up. It's like a soap opera plot come to life.
And the cherry on top, Adam has the audacity to invite OP to the wedding.
Oh, come on. Is he deliberately trying to stir the pot? What was he thinking?
Well, by this point, OP and Adam were working in the same department, so maybe he felt obligated to invite her.
Yeah.
But still, knowing the history, you'd think he would have had a little more sensitivity.
It's either a major lack of self-awareness or a deliberate power play. Either way, I'm already cringing for OP.
So OP talked to Mary about the invitation.
Uh-huh.
And they decided she should go, almost like a recon mission. Maybe they hoped for some kind of closure or justice.
Okay, so OP is walking into a potential minefield. I'm on the edge of my seat. What happened next?
So the big day arrives, and OP shows up at the wedding, ready for whatever craziness might unfold.
Yeah.
She watches the ceremony, and as Chelsea walks down the aisle, OP sees it.
The dress?
Mary's dress? No way. Yes. Chelsea is wearing Mary's stolen wedding dress, and to make matters worse, she's also decked out in the missing heirloom jewelry. OP is floored.
Okay, so many questions. Did Chelsea know about the dress? Did Adam tell her where he got it? What was going through their minds?
It's mind-boggling,
Yeah.
right? At this point, OP is sitting there watching this train wreck unfold,
Yeah.
and she knows she has to do something.
Okay.
So she whips out her phone, snaps a picture of Chelsea in the dress and jewelry, and sends it straight to Mary with a caption like, "You are not going to believe this."
Oh boy, that's like lighting the fuse on a powder keg. This is where things are about to explode. What did Mary do?
That's what we're going to find out after a quick message from our sponsors.
Oh.
Stick with us here on Crush Talk.
Welcome back to Crush Talk, where we're dissecting this absolutely wild wedding story.
We left off with OP sending a picture of Chelsea wearing Mary's stolen dress and jewelry to Mary.
Yeah, that's one text I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of.
Right. So what happened? Did Mary show up at the wedding ready to throw down? Not quite, but it gets even crazier.
Okay.
Picture this.
Nah.
The wedding reception is in full swing.
Uh-huh.
People are dancing, toasting the happy couple.
Yeah.
When suddenly the music stops and everyone turns to see police officers walking in.
Like the police? Seriously. Did they crash the wedding?
You better believe it.
Whoa.
Mary, understandably outraged after seeing that picture, called the police and reported the stolen dress and jewelry.
I mean, can you blame her? Imagine seeing your ex-husband's new wife parading around in your wedding dress and your family heirlooms.
Right.
I'd be furious.
According to OP, The entire reception went silent.
Oh my God.
All eyes were on Chelsea as the police approached her, asking about the dress and jewelry.
So how does she react? Does she come clean right away?
Apparently, she tried to play it cool at first, acting like she had no idea what was going on.
Oh, wow.
But the police weren't buying it.
Okay.
They asked her to remove the dress and jewelry right there in front of everyone.
Oh my gosh. I can only imagine the awkwardness. Talk about a wedding reception shocker.
But it gets even more dramatic.
What?
Chelsea refused to take off the dress and jewelry.
She didn't. Why would she dig her heels in like that? Especially if she knew the truth about the items.
Maybe she panicked or thought she could bluff her way out of it.
Yeah.
Whatever her reasoning, the police weren't messing around.
Okay.
They ended up escorting her out of the wedding and taking her down to the station.
Whoa, hold on. Did they actually arrest her?
It wasn't a formal arrest, but they did detain her.
Okay.
She had to remove the dress and jewelry at the station, and the police took them as evidence.
That's intense. I bet that was the end of the wedding reception.
You could say that again. The cops pretty much shut the whole thing down.
Wow.
Guests were left confused, and the party atmosphere was totally killed.
Yeah.
And to top it all off, remember, OP still worked with Adam.
Uh-oh. I bet that made for some super uncomfortable office interactions. I'm dying to know what happened next.
Well, when Adam got back to work, he was fuming.
Oh, no.
He actually confronted OP, blaming her for ruining his wedding.
Wait, he blamed OP. Seriously. This guy is unbelievable. After everything he did, he has the nerve to blame OP for the consequences of his own actions.
It's mind-blowing, right?
Yeah.
He stole from his ex-wife, gave away her belongings, and somehow it's OP's fault that the truth came out.
This guy is either incredibly delusional or a master manipulator.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards delusional.
I think you might be right. It's like he's completely incapable of taking responsibility for his actions. He created this whole mess, but he's deflecting the blame onto OP.
Okay, this is where I think we need to dive a little deeper into the psychology of the situation.
Yeah.
What are the possible motivations behind Adam's behavior? Is he a narcissist? Is he just incredibly selfish? What's going on here?
That's a great question, and one we'll explore right here on Crush Talk. Stick with us as we unpack the layers of this story and try to make sense of this wedding day chaos. Welcome back to Crush Talk, where we analyze those juicy relationship dilemmas you just can't stop thinking about.
We're wrapping up our deep dive into the wedding dress gone wrong saga and trying to understand what makes someone like Adam tick.
It's wild to think one wedding invitation could trigger such a chain reaction.
It really highlights the ripple effects of our actions, especially in relationships.
Yeah.
Adam's choices didn't just impact him and Mary,
Right.
but also Chelsea, OP, and even all those wedding guests.
Speaking of Adam, let's unpack his behavior a bit more. Blaming OP for ruining his wedding when he was the one who set the whole disaster in motion is pretty messed up.
Absolutely. It points to a lack of accountability and a tendency to deflect blame. Classic signs of what psychologists call narcissistic personality disorder.
So are you saying Adam's a narcissist?
It's impossible to diagnose someone without a professional evaluation.
Right.
But his actions align with several narcissistic traits.
Okay.
A sense of entitlement, a lack of empathy, and a need to control the narrative.
That explains why he gave away Mary's possessions without a second thought
Right.
and then shifted the blame when it backfired.
Exactly. Narcissists often see others as extensions of themselves rather than individuals with their own feelings and rights.
It's almost like he believed he was entitled to Mary's belongings and that OP was betraying him by exposing his actions.
That's a common pattern with narcissists. They have a distorted sense of reality
Yeah.
where their needs and desires always come first.
What about Chelsea? Do you think she knew about the dress and jewelry?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
There are a few possibilities.
Okay.
Maybe she was completely oblivious to their origin,
Yeah.
which would be pretty naive considering the circumstances.
Or maybe she knew but chose to look the other way,
Right.
blinded by her desire to marry Adam.
That's certainly a possibility.
Yeah.
We've all heard stories of people ignoring red flags for the sake of love.
It's a reminder that love can be powerful, but it shouldn't come at the expense of our values and self-respect.
Right. It's crucial to be mindful of the choices we make in relationships and to recognize when someone's behavior is crossing a line.
This whole situation is a cautionary tale about the importance of setting boundaries and trusting your gut.
If someone consistently disrespects you, manipulates you, or blames you for their own actions, that's a major red flag.
So what's the takeaway for our Crush Talk listeners?
Pay attention to how people treat others, not just how they treat you.
Okay.
Actions speak louder than words, and patterns of behavior can reveal a lot about someone's character.
And if something feels off, don't be afraid to speak up or walk away. You deserve to be with someone who respects you, values you, and treats you with kindness.
Absolutely.
Well, this deep dive has been a wild ride full of twists and turns.
It's definitely given us all a lot to think about when it comes to relationships, boundaries, and recognizing red flags.
That's all the time we have for today, but the conversation doesn't end here. Join us next time on Crush Talk for another deep dive into the world of love, relationships, and all the drama in between.
Until then, keep those crushes turning into healthy conversations.
You